What's up guys, this is Void of Just Gaming, your channel for fresh Arena Valor content. And I've got a really short game for you, and this is perfect because we're talking about the Flash. So the game is as fast as lightning and the hero is as well. He is one of my most favorite characters. I've played him quite a lot in the early years of Arena of Valor, and sometimes I just pull him out of the cupboard and I field him again. And without further ado, I want to share my build with you. So this is focusing all on magic penetration, therefore you can see the evil secrets as well as the Staff of Nul. We are taking the other items to complement the build, and we have the boomstick here to increase our damage. We've got the diadem to increase the overall damage, and I think the apocalypse is actually quite nice. Plus we do get a little mana regeneration with that. I used to play the Gilded Goose here as I do on most of my heroes, and as he's going to be in melee range most of the times because of his S2, I think the Gilded Greaves are actually fine because you will just face some crowd control. Arcana wise, I'm going to top up the damage that we already are going to inflict, therefore I'm going with 10 times Violate, I'm taking 10 times Devour, and I'm taking 10 times Hex for some cooldown reduction plus ability power, and as you can see, it adds up to pretty nice stats. So that's at least one item that you do get from this Arcana on top of the damage that you're going to do overall. Enchantment wise, I've decided to go with the Curse of Death because you are actually marking an enemy, and after 3 stacks you're going to inflict even more damage, which is actually quite nice because your ability hits enemies multiple times because you are going to burst them with a barrage of fists, and this is actually going to synergize quite well with Curse of Death. As you can see on the red line, the Lockhammer line, we are going to maximize our damage to the fullest, meaning we are going to take Raging Inferno as well as Deadly Claw, and with League of Humans we are taking Enhanced Restore as well as Gunslinger to boost our stats a little bit on the one hand and get some really nice and needed enhanced restore capabilities on the other hand. This means that we can go and sustain a little bit longer before heading back to the teleporting station. So this is the build. I've got some gameplay for you, and if you'd like this kind of content, stick to the channel, subscribe please, and a like would highly be appreciated. I hope you enjoyed today's really short gameplay. Alright guys, so this is the 5er queue again, as I played a couple of games during that evening last week. It is actually something that helped me a lot through the week. The next video will be again your gameplays, and I'm going to do my review on that, but in this particular case it is one of the 5er queue things, and after that I'm going to show you an all tank build. So we've got all the tanks out there and we put them into one team composition, and you guys are going to see how good that actually is if it is good or not. We will see. So talent wise, I've decided to go with the sprint talent because it is going to fasten up your ultimate. So if you have problems getting to people when you are in ultimate state, this is something that's actually going to help you a lot, and you can chase things and you can of course escape things by using that. So I think it's pretty neat, pretty decent. So I was just going to assassinate stuff with my S1. Basically your usual combo is you want to check out what's going on. If you see that there is actually a window for you to deal damage, you're going to use your S1, then you're going to use your S2 immediately, and after you just launched your attacks on the enemy, you're going to pull back pressing S1 again. And yeah, you can do that with your ultimate again, in addition to everything else, and it's going to stack up quite nicely. So this is basically your main build, or your main combo if you want to call it like that, but it's not really a combo at all, so it's just skills that you kind of add. So this is the thing behind it. So as you can see, we're going to harass every single time we can. There's not much that we could do against this this poor Chi that has been killed here, but then Elsu is retaliating, and well, yeah. So it is a 4-2-3 start. We're dealing with Tulun. It's not the when I entered the game, I wasn't too happy about Tulin because he's actually quite mobile, and the flash works best if you've got first a hero that doesn't really have that much of crowd control stuff going on. So Alistair is pretty much a pain in the ass. And then on the other hand, what you are going to want in addition to that, you want something that is going to stand still. So a pretty lame character to play against would be Natalia. She's got plenty of damage, but if you can outmaneuver her, you've got a really easy time because she can't escape and she's got literally no crowd control at all. So Natalia is something that you can play the flash against. Of course, now you guys will say, well, but she packs a ton of damage. Of course, you need to evade that, and then you can inflict the damage that you wanted to inflict anyways. So as you can see, the good thing about playing against Tulin with flash is actually that you can dodge this passive quite easily. So I would say that's something that works better with the flash than with other mages, because with most of them you would have to use flicker or rather sprint to kind of get away from the passive, but in this case it is pretty easy. So really nice dodge here from that Xanas, but of course we've got something in our hands to deal with him, and that has been a really solid S2. Solid S2 straight into the face is going to hit like a truck. Yeah, like it's your bread and butter. Like, this is your main skill, it's your main source of damage, and it's actually really powerful, especially if you've got some items to back it up. And if you have already been going in and stacking up your passive, so you've traveled some kind of distance, then you will have this little nice leap that you have seen when I was running behind Caffany, and this is actually going to seal the deal. So there's not really much that they can do against it, and if they would have something in their rear hand, you can still do some crazy stuff using your ultimate. So it's already 12-3. I think you're not going to get anything from the team fights because, as I said, we are a 5er queue, and things are going to turn in pretty nasty. But in this case, I just wanted to highlight a little bit how good the Flash is at the moment. So if you've got a decent team to play around and maybe not the smartest enemies out there, he's got great mobility. He can reposition himself quite easily, and I think he is a really good character right now in the meta, but you need to see for yourself if this is your kind of playstyle. I pretty much like it, and I think it works really well because you've got the damage on the one hand and you've got the mobility on the other hand, and that is something that if you are a little bit versatile, you can work with. So I could have used my S1 here to follow up Xanas, but then I would have had to eat a lot of tower shots, so I kind of did the math, so I was like, okay, it's not worth it, so I'm not going to do it. So 6 minutes played, we have already been breaking down the inner tower. I think that was one of the fastest towers that I had done in my Arena of Valor career, if you want to put it like that. And it basically means the enemy surrenders and this game is over. And I think the Flash is a lovely addition to every single mage / assassin hero roster out there. So if you haven't bought him yet, I would strongly advise you to do so, because he is actually a really fun character to play, and with getting him with gold, he is affordable, and that's something that comes in quite handy. So Elsu is our MVP, done almost 40% of damage, which is crazy. So that means that you can work with that as well. 8.8, so third best here. 60% damage. Yeah, well, the damage output wasn't too great, but if you check out, we are all pretty much equal. And then comes Elsu, and he completely breaks the record. So I'm fine with that. I didn't die, and that's something that is always quite nice. So thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and switch back to the channel in 2 days when we've got a new video and we are going to look at someone else's gameplay.